All right, so now that we have our document all set up, it is time to start adding layers and building our burger in each layer. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a series of layers here. That's going to start with our bottom bun and work with all of our ingredients on top and stacking our layers up until we get to our top bun. So the first thing we need to do is we need to add a layer in our layers panel. Now, if you do not see your layers panel, you can get to it by going up to where it says window and be sure you have Photoshop selected and go window and go down to where it says layers and be sure that layers has a little check to the left of that. From there, what we need to do is add our bottom bun layer. So what we're going to do is click our new layer icon, which is down here in the bottom right. It's the little square with the plus in it. So we'll click that, and that's going to give us our layer 1. Now we need to rename layer 1 to bottom bun so we know which one it is. So we're going to go ahead and double click and call this bottom bun. Once we've renamed, I'm just going to click in any blank gray space just to deselect from that section so I don't type anything else in there. Now it's time to start using our brush tool to then start painting our bottom bun. So we'll go to the left toolbar here and we're going to select our brush tool. If you don't see your brush tool, you might see one of these other tools here. Be sure you have your brush tool selected. You can also get to your brush tool by pressing B as in brush on your keyboard. Now we need to select a good toasted bun color. So what we're going to do is I'm going to click this top square here and give it a good double click. And you can find your browns in your orange section. So you can use this slider bar here to slide up and down to then find yourself a good section of brown. Now I have a nice brown, toasted brown color here that I'm going to use. And I'm going to just click OK. So you want to be sure that you have a nice size brush. Right now my brush is set to 9. You also want to be sure that your brush isn't super big. If your brush is too big, it's going to be hard to paint. If your brush is too thick, then it's going to end up, it's going to be really difficult to paint anything. But if it's too small, it's going to take way too long to fill it in. So I'd say it looks like maybe around 9 is a good size. You might be able to get away with 14 as well. So I'll leave mine at 14, 15. While I'm painting in that bottom bun. So now that I have my bun color, I'm going to go ahead and start painting. Now, as I'm drawing my bun in here, I'm realizing that it's looking a little fuzzy. Now, the reason why it's looking fuzzy is because if we go up to the top left here with our brush sizes, notice how we have our hardness here. So if we turn our hardness down to 0, it'll get even fuzzier. So you just want to be sure that when you're using your brush size that you have, or sorry, when you click on your brush sizes up here, that your hardness is set to 100. Now be sure that you're spending time on your different drawings of each section here. You want to be sure that your bun is looking good. I don't want to see any wacky just sort of lines. Be sure that when this is finished, that it looks somewhat like a burger bun. So I'm going to spend a second here. Be sure that you're being thoughtful and mindful of the way that it looks. And once you have a good shape done, you can go ahead and over on our layer here, we need to lock it. So we're going to select our bottom bun so it's lit up this light gray, and then we're going to click our lock section. From there, we are going to move on and start working on our patty.